When you think of premium travel credit cards, you probably think the American Express Platinum, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, maybe the Capital One Venture X. And if you're trying to keep the annual fees low, then it's probably the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Citi Strata Premier, maybe the Built Obsidian, or the Capital One Venture. Well, today, I'm seriously considering applying for, well, none of those. But a card that earns better, has the easiest credit to use in the game, but gets a lot less love due to the issuing bank and a few other minor details that we're going to get into shortly. But hold up, before you click away, regardless of where you are in your credit card journey, this card is a bit of a sleeper. So maybe you'll reconsider after you watch this video. But let's get to it and dive in on the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey. Now, I have a playlist on the Wells lineup, and I actually added the Wells Attune back in October of 2024. And that one's a 4% earner in a number of categories where families end up spending a bunch. Now, more on this shortly, but you can no longer apply for the Wells Fargo Attune, but Wells does have the 2x Everywhere Active Cash. And on top of that, the no annual fee Wells Autograph earns 3x in a number of categories. Now, this includes dining, gas and EV charging, airfare, hotels, car rentals, ride shares, subway parking, and more. And there's the $95 Autograph Journey. And that one is the main focus here today. But when most people think Wells Fargo, they don't exactly think travel rewards. Yet for me, after spending the last few weeks running the numbers and actually thinking about where I spend money and the fact that I just redeemed over 750,000 points for an upcoming family trip to Europe, and I've also booked our spring break 2027 trip, and that was nearly 300,000 Hyatt points by itself, another 100,000 plus airline miles. The point stash is getting a little low. Not to mention I've got a few 100,000 points with Emirates, a few 100,000 with Singapore, but I'll explain more of that in some follow-up videos. But either way, I realized I needed to activate the 50,000 plus points that I've earned on that Wells Fargo Attune, since I actually see good value in the Wells Fargo transfer partners, which more on this shortly. And that the one card almost nobody is talking about finally deserves a spot, at least for consideration, in my wallet. Now, I don't add cards at a really high frequency. I'm pretty intentional and do a lot of this through just everyday spending, and my wallet's already optimized with American Express, with Chase, with Capital One, the anchor travel cards from each of those banks, and now with Citi after recently adding the Strata Premier. So when I do decide to add something, it's got to fill a real gap, or at least add some serious value. So I did mention the Wells Attune, which I've kept because it earns 4% cash back in several everyday categories where almost nobody else offers elevated rewards. Things like gym memberships, sporting goods stores, kids sporting camps, live entertainment, pet care, public transportation, even salons and EV charging. A ton of really good categories, and those things surprisingly add up over the course of a year. I mean, we're talking twice the value of a 2% catch-all card. And if you also hold the Wells Fargo Autograph or the Autograph Journey, those cashback rewards can effectively become transferable travel points. So suddenly that little cashback card becomes part of an actual travel ecosystem. Now, traveling as a family of 4, points disappear a whole lot faster than they used to, as I just mentioned. But when I'm traveling abroad, call me bougie if you want, but I'm damn sure not flying economy. At least not at this stage of my life. But booking one business class ticket is expensive. Booking 4 plus hotels plus dining and all the kids' activities, that can absolutely drain your transferable points balances. In between trips that I'm planning for later next year, some redemptions that I already have on the books, I'm about at 0 with American Express and Capital One. And to me, this is a good problem to have, but it means that I'm looking for some quick yet logical ways to rebuild my point balances. And even if that means another ecosystem, as long as it actually makes sense to build that up over time. So that was a little bit of a look into my thought process here. And if you're unfamiliar, the Autograph Journey competes with a few household names, most notably the Chase Sapphire Preferred and its $95 annual fee, which earns 2x on all travel, 3x with dining and online groceries, on gas stations, EV charging, and on some vacation homes. Now, this one also unlocks Chase's transfer partners, but I already have the premium tier Chase Sapphire Reserve Reserve on the business side, and I recently downgraded my Sapphire Preferred, so that's why that one really doesn't make sense for me right now. But another big name that competes with the Autograph Journey is the Citi Strata Premier. Now, as I just mentioned, I recently added the Strata Premier, and that was back in April. Great card, same $95 annual fee, 3X in some big categories. No bad things to say about that card. And there's also the Capital One Venture, but I already have the premium Capital One Venture X, and there's the $95 built Obsidian, but I'm more interested in the $495 built Palladium in the near future. So the Wells Autograph Journey just fit perfectly here. $95 annual fee, but a $50 credit for any airfare booked direct when paying with this card. And with that, you're getting 4X on the airfare, plus that $50 credit. So essentially, this is a $45 annual fee card. The welcome bonus is a solid 60,000 points after a modest 4K spend within 3 months. So this would do a few things for me. First, it would give me immediate access to Wells Fargo's transfer partners. And this is Air France, JetBlue, British Avios, Virgin, Cathay Asia Miles, which Cathay has some sweet spots to save on those taxes and fees, especially if you're flying out of Heathrow. And all of those airline transfer partners are at a 1-to-1 ratio. So you hear people dismiss the Wells Fargo transfer partners, yet they use Air France or British Avios. Now to me, this is a solid enough lineup. I can get my hotel transfer partner fix with Chase and with Bilt. Even though you shouldn't sleep on Choice and Wyndham, those are pretty solid hotel transfer partners. There's actually an I Prefer hotel in Copenhagen that you can use via Choice, and it's over $400 to $500 a night, and it's only 20,000 points for that. Okay, enough of Wells and the transfer partners, but second, adding this card and the welcome bonus, that would take me over 110,000 Wells points. On top of that, I had some hotel bookings that I wanted to do, and I was looking at doing so within ROVE's portal. Now this is even though you'll pay slightly more to earn those crazy multipliers, so Gondola could be another option here, which I'm definitely digging into further, but more on that to come in the near future. But whichever platform I choose, both of those code as direct hotel bookings, where the Autograph Journey earns an amazing 5X. Now that 5 points per dollar, that's huge. Plus with the earning that you can get in ROVE or the Gondola platform, and you can toggle and earn Hotel Elite qualifying nights. Now that's standard in Gondola. ROVE gives you the option, and I'm sure you all have ROVE and Gondola by now, but if you don't, get 500 free miles with ROVE or $50 with cash with Gondola with my links in the link tree in the description. That's definitely a way to support the channel, so I thank you in advance. But on top of that, and the 5X earned on hotel bookings and the 4X on flights booked direct with the airlines, you earn a respectable 3X on restaurants and other travel, which is an interesting category as it includes timeshares, car rentals, cruises, travel agencies, discount travel sites and campgrounds. So the 3X travel category is definitely more broad on the autograph. So that no annual fee autograph would be a good one to pair with the Autograph Journey. And a couple other points on the Autograph Journey: no foreign transaction fees, an industry best cell phone protection with only a $25 deductible, some secondary trip and baggage insurances, access to the Visa Signature Hotel Collection if you wanted another portal to look for hotels. But with this collection, you do get a $25 food and beverage credit and free breakfast for 2, but minimum 2-night stay required here. And on top of that, I only see around 900 hotels overall in this collection and only 2 in Nashville. But overall, this card is super competitive with the other $95 travel cards. It earns better on flights and hotels booked direct. It gives you access to some really solid transfer partners. Look, don't sleep on Air France, JetBlue, and Avios. All good programs to book flights abroad. And Wells has a good overall ecosystem, but they do need a card that earns better on groceries. For me, as I'm looking to build my transferable currency balances back up, this card just feels like a no-brainer. What are your thoughts on Wells Fargo and the Autograph Journey? Do you have this card in your wallet today? Well, if you want to see my All Things Wells playlist, make sure you check that out here or check out this video. And either way, I'll see you there. Cheers.